What is happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper. It is the start of a new week. It's the start of a new month, and I'm about to be breaking down the best bets of the day for you guys. So as you come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you want access to the tools that I'm about to show on screen right here, we've got a 7-day free trial available. All you have to do to sign up is click on the link below. You get access to all of our tools over here at OddsShopper, totally free for 7 days. And now hopefully I make it through this video here without any issues, because I started doing this before, and this is my second time recording it. I got a couple minutes in and just started choking on nothing, really. So the good news is, got my water bottle here. So in case I start to die, I've got this to keep myself from not being parched, my throat from getting dry. And what I keep in this water bottle, it is actually just the tears of my coworkers, Eric Lindquist in particular. Very salty, good for hydration, good for electrolytes. So we've got the situation seemingly solved now, but we'll see how this goes in the next few minutes. We've got some NBA bets to talk about, and also going to look at MLB and NBA games. We've got 2 playoff games. This is what I have on screen right here. And not an abundance of bets, but some of the ones in the top 2 look fairly decent. Joel Embiid, something to keep an eye on. We've seen multiple players who were listed as doubtful that ended up playing in playoff games. So Joel Embiid is doubtful. I do not expect him to play today, but it is worth noting that he was present at shoot-around today. So who knows? Seems like there is at least a sliver of a chance that he ends up suiting up for the Philadelphia 76ers. That aside, though, Tobias Harris, under 7.5 rebounds. I know that even with the expectation that Joel Embiid is going to be out this year, Tobias Harris, 14 starts this year without Joel Embiid on the court. He averaged 6.7 rebounds per game in those games. So under 7.5 rebounds is available at Tipico right now. And some other books also, 7.5 is available at DraftKings. Obviously, minus 145 is the best available line. I don't mind the minus 150. And then some other books, Superbook, FanDuel, PointsBet. Actually, I'll have it at 6.5. I wouldn't touch 6.5, but 7.5. Not a bad one to look at. Jason Tatum under 29.5 points. Best available line here is available at Caesars. A bunch of other books have it listed actually at 28.5. And when it comes to Jason Tatum, who, by the way, is having a fantastic season, I think the Celtics are currently rightfully favored to win the championship, considering that if there is no Joel Embiid in this series, this is a fairly easy matchup, I think, for Boston. And then in the next round of the playoffs, also, they're going to be playing the winner then of the Knicks Heat series. So pretty clean looking path to the finals right now for the Celtics, which leads to them being favored. But I do worry about how many games they could win via blowout in some of the matchups they might have in the next couple of rounds. So with that in mind, I actually think that we don't have to see them play their starters 44, 45 minutes, anything like that. And that's really something we've seen a lot of in the playoffs is in tight games, teams are playing their core players massive minutes. I don't know that the Sixers are going to have to, the Celtics are going to have to do that in this spot against the 76ers. So under 29.5 points for Jason Tatum. I like looking at that. And then one other one here, Tyrese Maxey under 4.5 rebounds. If you look at Maxey this year, kind of like what I talked about before when it comes to Tobias Harris, Maxey this year, 10 games played without Joel Embiid in the lineup, and he actually averaged 3.5 rebounds per game in those spots. So 4.5 rebounds is like a little bit high on Tyrese Maxey. That's available at Bet365. DraftKings has this line also with a little bit more juice. Same with FanDuel. So if you could bet this 130 number at Bet365, I think that is the best way to go. Let's look at baseball today. And there's been a ton of bad weather in baseball games, especially over the weekend. We saw a bunch of games get rained out. That's why the Mets and the Braves are playing a doubleheader today. But let's look at some of the best available projected lines for us right now. Tony Gonsolin under 4.5 strikeouts. This is plus money at BetMGM. And one thing with Tony Gonsolin is he was great last year, but he started the year hurt. And now since he's been active, he's been on a pitch count. So let me look at how many pitches has Tony Gonsolin been throwing, because I want to make sure I have the accurate information here. But Gonsolin in his first start only struck out one hitter and only pitched 3 1/3 innings because of his pitch count. He only threw 65 pitches. Look, if we're only going to be getting 4 innings, maybe 5 out of Tony Gonsolin, not the easiest matchup in the world against the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, give me under 4.5 strikeouts, particularly at plus money. Also related here, we do have, yes, run to be scored in the first inning between the Dodgers and the Phillies. So over 0.5 runs. Blake Snell, He's had really, really significant home road splits throughout his career. And if you look at him on FanDuel, it is plus money for him to have over 6.5 strikeouts in a really easy matchup against the Cincinnati Reds. So Snell is occasionally inefficient with his pitch count, but the swing and miss stuff is always there for him. And also, nice little benefit, at least for him in particular. He missed that Mexico City series. Crazy amount of runs scored in some of those games. So Blake Snell over 6.5 strikeouts plus money. Pretty good look here. We have it winning over 50% of the time plus money. FanDuel, the only book that's offering this at plus money. Rafael Devers plus 425 to homer. That's another bet that's projecting really well for us. Actually, our number one ROI bet of the day. So that covers baseball and basketball. But let's look at PrizePicks, because one of the other perks of being in OddsShopper here, we don't only have lines for FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, all the traditional sports books. We also have stuff for PrizePicks, no house advantage. You can build parlays with our projections right in here. And yep, all lines for today. Marcus Smart over 19.5 PRA. Malcolm Brogdon over 12.5 points. Tyrese Maxey under 24.5 points. Devin Booker under 6.5 assists. Dougie Hamilton over 2.5 shots on goal. And then Tarasenko under 2.5 shots on goal in the game 7 between the Rangers and the Devils. So this is good for a 2% expected ROI, meaning all 6 legs hit, which, not going to happen all that frequently, but we don't have to hit all 6 of them on PrizePicks. Still, that is good for a 10% expected ROI here over on PrizePicks. And yeah, pretty good looking line there. Let's check out. Let's build a PrizePicks. Oh, sorry. Meant to click on a parlay, and we'll do one for FanDuel now. And I'll take out lines for tomorrow's game. Here we go. So just a 4-leg parlay. The Blake Snell over 6.5 strikeouts, under 34.5 PRA for Jaylen Brown, under 41.5 PRA for Devin Booker, under 4.5 strikeouts for Jose Barrios. This is a 4-leg parlay, plus 1250 odds, wins 8% of the time, good for a 15% expected ROI. So if you guys like parlays, we've got tools to build those right here in OddsShopper for you. And if you have any other questions for myself, because we've wrapped up covering everything, and I've made it through this, I could feel my throat getting a little dry, but I try not to choke and die on the camera here. With that said, would be excellent for content, but the problem is I'm self-producing. There's no producer. This would just go into the abyss. Nobody would be able to see it. So that's the main reason I don't want to die here, is it wouldn't be good content because nobody would be able to see it. That aside, if you guys haven't done it yet, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have additional questions or comments for myself, join Chalkboard. It is a totally free to download app. We are in there, myself and Lofty primarily, posting additional sports bets, answering your guys' questions, anything along those lines, sweating bets out. It's a good time and it's free. So download the app, clicking on the link below. And that's going to do it for me, guys. Enjoy all the playoff action today. Good luck. See you back here tomorrow.